Hey guys, what's up? Decline here. I've been going to the gym a lot lately. In this month, May, I think out of 11 days, I've been 10 days. So I'm trying to keep regularly and get really into it. But obviously you can't see any difference because things take time. And I wanted to talk about, do I have aims for what I want to accomplish out of this, what kind of outcomes I want to see. Someone asked me something along the lines of that. What do I want to be able to achieve? What do I dream about, even if it's unrealistic? If I somehow ascended, what would I actually want if I became more attractive? What would I do with that power? Firstly, I think I'd need to legitimately ascend for juicing to be worth it if I was going to go down that path of not being a natty anymore. Part of the reason I didn't is because I feel too old to be able to legitimately ascend and, say, spend a decade slaying. Like maybe if I was 20 or 25 and there was time to build up a lot of muscle. And I have a lot of things going against me, so can I even get to the necessary levels of attractiveness to be successful with girls? Obviously, I'm not a 6'2" Giga Chad with a model face who only needs to put on some muscle mass and suddenly they're on top of the world. I'm coming from a very low baseline where I'm limited by stuff like my height and my looks and my small size. There is a limit to what I can achieve. I'm aware of that. And if I can't reach those heights, if I can't ascend, is it even worth it? Why bother? The health effects, the pain, other effects on my looks like hair loss, and that's why I haven't tried that all these years. Why bother if I can't be Chad? Is an opinion I'd normally look down on. You're a volcel if you think like that. Because all we need is to get a girlfriend, right? We're not trying to be Chad, right? We're just inkwells who just want something. Just want love, just want things like anybody else. A normal life. But in this case, it's why go to extremes if I can't be Chad? I think you still should put a reasonable amount of effort in, even if you can't get there. Stuff like natty lifting should still be done, even if you can't be Chad. Every woman expects a muscular guy with abs and with a decent amount of muscle mass. And especially if you're not 6 foot or a model or something, you need that as a basic expectation. Every woman wants a guy to be lean and muscular. That's just how it is. But even natural lifting, committing all that time, committing this much time when I could be focusing on getting a job and making money, it's a bit much. And like I said, if I did choose, that would be going to extremes. And going to extremes, it's only worth it if you get an extreme result. Why bother if you get a mediocre result? May as well just try and enjoy your life in some other way, rather than chasing after women. The most likely outcome, if I do get more than 0 gains, is that I become slightly muscular. Instead of a little skinny guy, I become more normal. I become athletic looking. And still stuck on YouTube. I'll still be alone, still posting how I can't find anyone, like Just James or Defying Odds Donnelly, aka Downhill D Miller. I'll be back here saying I'm so alone, gym selling doesn't work, what a waste of time, nobody wants me. And I'll be like, oh, now I'm broke, alone, older, still going to the massage parlor, still not desired, still wanted by nobody. Or maybe I do get laid 1 or 2 times and back to being alone. A better outcome would be getting a girlfriend. It might not necessarily be enough to get someone who's good for me, who makes me happy and treats me right, or who I'm super attracted to, but still better than nothing. But what I really want, what I dream of, is to ascend, however impossible that may be. I look up to people like Connor Murphy, Jeff Sade, or however you pronounce his name, Ziz. If I was like a small 5'4" version of that, like obviously I can't look up to short guys like Lee Priest or Flex Lewis because they're very solidly built guys, but trying to be proportional and aesthetic with like a good amount of camera work and lighting, like maybe if that could get me somewhere, well, could it get me somewhere? That is the question. Could I be attractive, desirable? Could it be enough to get girls? Most estimations, it is possible to put on some level of mass for everyone, for most people with the usual genetics, unless there's something medically wrong with you. But is it enough to get girls? And I know that even the most optimistic people are going to say, no, that's not going to happen for you. Get your head out of the clouds. Be realistic. You're not going to be Chad. You're not going to be a Slayer. But hypothetically, what would I actually want if I got there? I think vengeance. Vengeance is the main thing that I want. Just showing the world, showing everyone like that I am living my best life. A big F you to the world. To the women who rejected me and didn't want me. To the women who showed some interest but treated me like crap or flaked on me and nothing came of it. To all the women out there who don't or wouldn't find me desirable. To all the haters out there, the guys as well, inkwells in this community who try to bring me down, people who try to tell me to end it. To the guys doing well, Chads and normies who breezed through in life and stuff just happened for them. To everyone else who thinks I'm some doormat or piece of trash to step on, I'll show them all. I'll become desirable. I'll run through as many promiscuous women as possible. I'll rack up the body count. That's what I want. Instead of, say, going ER, instead of doing bad things, very bad things, and becoming a news article, you become successful. I'd be trying to make up for lost time and what I missed out on. Again, I need those numbers. I need to rack up the numbers. Ideally, I'd like a triple-digit body count that doesn't come from paying for it. And honestly, any Chad who doesn't have a triple-digit body count is a failure as a Chad. You know, you're not someone I look up to, okay? Where I no longer have to add the disclaimer that I paid to get to 3 digits. I really need to have my fun before any settling down. I need to get through that phase of life. Sow my wild oats. That phase that I missed out on. And it needs to be more epic, more grand, more outlandish to compensate for all that I missed out on and what I can't get back and will never have. All the things, all the experiences that I missed out on. Apart from sheer numbers, I would like to have some attractive women and enjoyable experiences as well. This is the path of the late bloomer, ascended slayer with a wounded heart. I really want to feel desired and valued. I really want to feel like a girl is attracted to me and wants me. I want to become desirable enough that girls will treat me right and will have time for me and not be so flaky. I do want to be promiscuous. Long-term sustainability, pragmatism, that's not my priority. It may be for some of you other people, but not for me. Sorry, not sorry, you know? I've probably faced too much pain to ever believe in love that it could happen to me. I mentioned a red pill concept before in a video, which was brought up by a viewer recently. So the idea is that a woman cannot love a man the way he expects to be loved. It's never going to be unconditional. Love, as we men conceive of it, does not exist, and is different to how a woman sees love. And if we chase that ideal, we're forever going to be disappointed. Now, this is where I defer to the red pill people. The red pill response is, that's fine, that's good, they're just doing what their biology tells them to. They're still good people. Take it for what it is. You should still want to pursue the love that you can get, even if it's not the love that you as a man dream of. So you have these traditional conservative men who still believe that love is worth pursuing, still believe that there are good women in this world, and obsess over a specific type of woman with some ideal of purity, monogamy, low body count, etc. They're only pure because all their cruelty is explained away and justified by evolutionary psychology. They're as brutal as any other woman. All women belong to the streets. For me, no, I will not accept that. I do not like the way the world works and the way women work. Sorry, but women have agency, and evolutionary psychology isn't a valid excuse for someone's actions or preferences. My response to this red pill is that love isn't worth trying for or putting on a pedestal. That lower your expectations sort of love that men can actually hope to get. Sorry, I'm an idealist, and I'm not going to accept that. People are like, don't look on Tinder, they're not worth it. All these promiscuous women will only hurt you and break your heart. Go find a good girl in the real world. Go out and socialize and meet higher quality women. Don't go for these sick women, they say. You know what? I don't find any of this motivating. I don't think I want to go to the gym 6 days a week and eat all this disgusting protein and completely change my diet, completely change my lifestyle, and eventually get on the sauce, have the trenbolone sandwich even, and super physiological doses of test or whatever, just so I can wife up a 3 out of 10 or a single mother and pretend she lives up to some ideal of purity, just because she doesn't have a Tinder account. 1 owner or 3 reliable runs great. Just don't look at the miles on the odometer. And you're telling me it's better than all the other rides out there, still as good as new. They're all the same in the end. Maybe I'll find someone special. Maybe I won't. I'll decide what I want and who I like. I'll decide my own fate. And if I have options one day, maybe I'll be able to figure out what it is that I actually want and find a match who works well with me. But my heart is broken and blackened enough that I do not believe there are any good women in this world. Yes, I'll probably keep searching, but, I'm not optimistic. The only thing that is real is physical attraction and lust. And, I'll judge women as how they are. I'm not going to lump them into categories and prejudge them. I'll try all my opportunities. Like, if there's an opportunity presented to me. Now, currently there aren't, but if I do get opportunities, I'll try them and see how they go. I don't like the idea of staying in my lane. You're never going to be Chad. These girls aren't for you. Be realistic. Even if you could have them, you wouldn't really want them. You don't want that, do you? You actually want these girls instead. You should aim for them instead. You're delusional. You're looking for something that you can't have. But you still have to go gym. Don't give up. Stop sitting in your room all day. You're not doing anything. You're not trying. Try harder. Don't lay down and rot. It's ridiculous. How is that motivation? That's not motivation. It's not, okay? I'll find my own path. For now, I do intend to keep going to the gym. Who knows if I'll actually stick with it and make some progress and gains this time. All I can do is try and use the last fragments of energy, motivation, and willpower to try and dig myself out of this hole. And those emotions will be felt as well. The loneliness, the pain, the struggle, the heartbreak, the bitterness. And if I do ascend, those emotions will still be with me. And what I envision is one day I get that 100k YouTube subscribers and I have Instagram followers one day. Like, imagine me with, let's say I have 5.75 inch wrists, or maybe 6 at most. And like, imagine me with 14.5 inch biceps, for example, and the wrist to bicep ratio. Just like I can have the V-taper as well, the proportions, because of how my body is, how my genetics are. Like, I'm not going to be an IFBB pro, I'm not going to be a male model, obviously, because I'm 5'4", and I'm tiny. But the point is that maybe with the power of the internet, the power of the reach of being an influencer, maybe I could ascend. Like, it happened for everyone else. Everyone, like, never give up. He found a girlfriend. And look at hiding in my room. He travels around. I always mention hiding in my room because he's like the gold standard, I guess. But he's not a fitness influencer, obviously, but he's a vlogger. But like, imagine getting to 100k subs and actually having a good body that women might think, yeah, okay, this guy's decent looking, this guy has a good body. And you use the reach, you use the numbers to have the kind of success that would be completely impossible for someone at my level in the real world. Like, that's my idea, I'll get a good physique and hopefully use YouTube and various social media platforms, use the internet, and maybe if I have a good enough physique for Tinder, maybe I can use that as well, and I'll get somewhere, and hopefully I'll ascend. And, people will say it's impossible, obviously, like I said. People say, don't even think about it, man. Just think about something realistic. But I have to dream if I want to get things done. It's okay to have an unsustainable dream. It's okay to have an unrealistic dream. Because how else are you ever going to be getting anywhere? Like, all those kids who think they're going to be a footballer, only a few make it, but they all have to have that dream to keep trying. Like, that's the way the world works. People have unrealistic dreams, and some people, they do make it. Most people don't, but they actually try for that 1% chance that somehow things are going to work out for them, even if the odds are against them. And that's what I'm talking about. I need that motivation. I'm still going to dream of being a slayer, no matter how impossible it is. Just like, when I saw Conor Murphy in that video and he was breaking down and talking about how he has 3 women a day, he sleeps with 3 women a day, and he was breaking down, crying. I think he was crying about disappointing his parents or something. But like, I look up to Conor Murphy. I mean, he's a pretty cool guy. Like if I ever ascended, like, yeah, I'd probably be an emotional train wreck, crying on here and, well, talking about the successes that I did get. Well, I am rambling at this point. I will cut this off for now. Like, this video, I went more for something heavily scripted because there's a lot of stuff that I wanted to cover. Like, maybe I'll come back to this topic because you can talk about it forever, but yeah, we've got to keep going. And remember what Ziz said, we're all gonna make it. Yeah, we've just got to keep going, and I'm gonna dream. I don't really care if it's not realistic. And I want something that's probably different to a lot of people. Like, some people want to settle down, some people want some pure girl or something, and like whatever. Like, yeah, I wouldn't mind, yeah, a girlfriend would be nice, but like, man, I just want to slay. And that's all. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you next time.